The pandemic has drastically impacted our unemployment and our labor market. Right now, unemployment is at about 6% in the U.S., which is still very high for us. It should be down to into the into the lower single digits. We've also seen the pandemic permanently impact the workplace and workplace relations. So America is generally a pretty contentious society to begin with, but I think we've seen heightened workplace contentiousness, more disputes regarding hazard pay and pay time off, and then the more typical harassment and discrimination. We have a resilient economy and labor market, but we haven't seen anything like this since 1918. The pandemic's taken its toll, and I don't see salary disparity or compensation disparity improving over the next few years. Okay, regarding platform workers and the pandemic, here we like to call them, or we typically call them, independent contractors or gig workers, although platform is somewhat used here too. That's been really left to each state and municipality to regulate it. There's not a lot of federal regulation concerning platform or independent contractors. Relative to the regulation of this growing market sector, like I said, our states and cities have been largely regulating this, and that relates to the abuse of overtime payments and the minimum wage standards. So there's also been greater attention paid to physical and psychological abuse among this growing working class. Also, one of the areas that many states and municipalities haven't addressed relative to platform and gig workers is on-the-job injuries. So, generally speaking, in the U.S., if an employee is injured on the job, that's taken care of by what's called workers' compensation. But however, this only applies to employees. This doesn't apply to gig workers and independent contractors. So I think we still need greater consideration given to independent contractors and gig workers relative to work time loss from workplace injury.